leagues.
He calls me Pee Wee Herman.
I know, you told me yesterday.
Yeah, well, let's not
Do
get
you
into
want to
that.
tell the viewers? Did
No.
you want to explain and redeem yourself again?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
He knows what he did last night, so we won't even get into that. We'll get into the next round. And next map is going to be Nuke. This is North's pick. And GODSENT on the T side. We just watched the knife unfold, and they'll be sent on the T side. That is not boding well. But like you said, we kind of talked about it before we came on air. And North didn't look great against NIP on this particular map, right?
No, and they started CT side in that regard too. You did rebuttal with a good point. Mertz had a much better first map, which points to the fact that he'll have a better map today than he did on Nuke yesterday. And they touched on this as well on the desk at the very opening segment when they did the actual veto for the entire series. And NIP is a much more formidable team than GODSENT, both in terms of tactical prowess and in terms of individual skills where it comes to raw aim. And that matters a lot at Nuke because there's a lot of outside territory which do come to aim duels.
I absolutely agree. Pistol, we're very telling. Remember, GODSENT didn't pick a single one up on overpass, so they're going to need that. But this could be the final map of the group stages, ladies and gentlemen. North looking for the 2-0, booked themselves a place in the playoffs. As you'll see, it's Nuke. New iteration of it, constantly changing. Valve just keeps tweaking it slightly. The main change really recently was the fact that we don't have a vent that goes down towards lower anymore. Well, this is the bomb sites.
Yeah, I'm not sure I love it.
It's definitely a massive change. That's the most significant update we've had on Nuke so far. That's such a huge deal. That's why a lot of teams are trying to focus down towards lower, because once you get that bomb planted, it's almost impossible to retake. So we'll get into it, MSL, as usual, with the CZ above the huts. That's to shut down an initial rush. Freddy B just helping himself towards the site. Surely he can get that kill. He does, absolutely so. And AZ will fight back, but this is looking great now for the CTs, as they say that. They will get a plan down here, but all the kills going in favor of North, unless Twist has an absolutely monstrous round here, which he might do. This one looks like it's done. Mertz will finish things off. Nice approach from GODSENT. I like the idea of just walking out and surprising them. MSL didn't see that coming, but AZ certainly did. He gets 3 kills. They get a plant in, but North will be absolutely fine with that. Just having some fun jumping on the heads there. AZ will pick up the CZ and armor. It's got a smoke grenade there as well. GODSENT might go for a cheeky buy here. Considering it's Nuke, want to surprise them. Most teams will go for the AKs in the third, but we do see a lot of teams experimenting with the fact you could just go all in. And that's exactly what they're going to do, Matt. I'm glad it works out. The one time I've mentioned that, really wasn't sure what was going to happen for me, but there we go. Going to see the CZs and the Deagle. 5 smokes, a few flashbangs, and we'll see whether they can get it done. I'm not a huge fan of this, but like I said, it's a surprise factor. You're hoping North make mistakes and get that bloodlust at the start.
Nades.
Don't do anything.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was going to say should do damage. It went right between everyone, apparently.
It's weird.
It's not even like it was too early or too late. Brolan had already gone by and the rest weren't, so you'd think you'd get lucky on one of them.
So we're going down towards lower. For a reason we stated before. If you can get that bomb down, especially with these CZs, you can rush down towards the side. You can make things very uncomfortable. AZ opens the door that way, so you can use it as cover. You can actually use the steps and use the door as a bit of a shield.
I think that's a lack of foresight from AZ. You could have done that long ago, and they definitely heard that door because it makes quite an audible squeaky noise. Brolan knows they're there. They even naded beforehand to take one of them off, so maybe he might have been better suited to do so sooner. But it's Volda in toward connector, or excuse me, control, and MSL that combined for kills. Disco gets 2. It brings us to 3 kills in total for GODSENT, but it's still North's round. They may lose some economy, but they'll buy back in and they'll be in control. No bomb plant, more importantly.
No bomb plant, and they won't get the AKs in the third anymore. It was a risk to go towards the force buy approach, but didn't really work out for them. They got a few kills, sure, but it doesn't really matter considering this is a clean round now for North. You can see just Glocks and 1 PC-50, I believe. No armor, no nades, and should be the 3-0. Great start for North. 3 out of 3 on pistols so far, and 3 out of 3 for conversions in terms of finding the follow-up rounds as well. So there we go. It should be another very simple round here as Kiabi gets the first 2. It will help out as well. He's getting tagged up, but the round's over before I can even start a sentence, really. So there we go. It's going to be lots of money farmed up for North, and no orb really available for the GODSENT boys. I'll have to go for 5 AKs. That's perfectly fine on Nuke. You don't need the orb. And an early pause. The guys were talking about Nasu in the pre-game for this map. He's the coach, very experienced Counter-Strike player. Was part of the Penta organization back in the PGL Krakow Major, as where Sonny had his breakout performance and showed the world what he's capable of. And we're hoping he can kind of do that again. I think this is the perfect kind of team for him. He's got some talent there, some experienced players, and some real young guns who are looking to prove themselves. And give it time, I reckon GODSENT could cause some damage this year. We'll see.
I mean, there's nowhere to go but up. And he's the guy that brings a lot of experience to help that.
This brings the fundamentals to them, kind of Brings the mental side of the game as well. Make sure they're not getting overwhelmed. Take the pauses when they need it. And this will be an outside play. It looks like they're dropping those smokes from T-Spawn. And there's Hampus going to be deploying his from that blue crate. Nades towards outside. Brodan takes him to the face. Down to 62. In terms of cash, plenty of it available for North. They're trying to keep the rifles up here. Didn't purchase the AWP. Certainly could have done much for 5k still. Round 4. GODSENT can continue that back and forth gameplay they had on overpass. That'll be great on the T side of Nuke, but let's see if they can cause a bit of a dent. It's very CT-sided.
Brolin backs away. He'll go all the way around and behind the red crate outer rather than in front of it. Just wants to take position at yard. Cognizant of the fact that there might be someone toward the big garage. Good find from Mertz. Good read from Twist. Now, is that a gamble, or is he actually spotted this? We didn't follow that from the start. Clearly, he had an inkling that, well, it was pushed up. Didn't quite get the kill, however. Volda was tagged in the process, but still survives. Brolin catches AZ, but in surviving, Volda's able to control the ramp room further. And despite that it's a 3-on-3, it's Brolan that holds the cards. Already in the lower vents. The question is, with the bomb in lobby, does he want to try and explode through the vent at the same time Freddy enters and go upper? Because there's 2 players waiting in that position on the CT side, and that looks more and more likely. Flash up. Mertz was able to spot that on the left of screen. Doesn't quite respond, though, because in looking away, his aim's not reset in time. That allows Disco the kill and the plant to ensue. And MSL was right in predicting that lower previously was a problem. Unfortunately for him, they went back the other direction, and he never got there in time.
MSL in the vents, 2 versus 3. Mertz had to get at least 1 there. They were on a plate as well, just not really capitalizing with the M4 at that point. It's going to be the first gun round for GODSENT. MSL can't be part of this. He'll be looking to take any players down he can. If they just made that a 2 versus 2, it would have been quite enough. But we'll see. It will be GODSENT to keep 3 players alive here. Disco Doppler with 2 frags. Same story for Brolan, as they will trade things out again. Very similar scenes to what we saw in Overpass. There is another buy for North. They'll probably bring out the AWP in the next round as well. MSL have no chance to win the round. He'll save the M4 and a CZ and decent amount of utility. 3 players to survive for GODSENT to make sure that happens. Yes, Freddy B was low, but it still gets away with 2. So there it is. The first round posted on the T side for GODSENT. Remember, this is North's... this is North's pick of this one, isn't it? So they stole away Overpass from GODSENT. And they should be taking this one 2-0, considering they're the favoured team, and they've already taken their opponent's pick. But Nuke is a bit of a weird map. It's still in its infancy, I would say. We're seeing some very strange results come through. Like, we're seeing teams like lose many rounds on the CT side, and it all falls apart. It doesn't really make sense. So there definitely can be mistakes made, especially if you ruin your own economy. North can tell you all about that. So AWP comes out. A couple of kits. Very standard stuff for GODSENT. It's the 5 AK still as Hampus. It was key on Overpass. Will be making his way towards outside, and so will Brolan. It's a guaranteed kill. He goes for the wall bang. Finally gets on that final bullet. Follows
it all the way through. The cardboard box, it seems.
Indeed.
The whole map used to be made of cardboard, to be fair. If you go back to the days when things were a little more pixelated, and the number was more representational of my anatomy and measurement. Volda outside will try and catch anyone off working towards Secret. And AZ will respond in doing so. So too then will Mertz, because they've got a good triangulation for anyone trying to sneak to Secret. Top of the hut for MSL. Hopes that they'll walk in directly into his accuracy and make it all too easy for him. It's wishful thinking. But you got to give it to him. Volda's dropped off from outer. Mertz hits a great shot. That'll control the wrap to Annex. And MSL has to respond. He doesn't even have to do anything. Volda and AZ get everyone.
AZ from main entrance. We don't even see the kills. They were too quick to catch. Great stuff from him. It's actually been a pretty handy tournament for him. Impressed with that particular play as well. That's a reset for GODSENT. No plant, no kills, really. They got their opening kill towards Kiabi, but from then it was all about North. AZ, I want to see that replay. Sounded extra spicy, as he will be in that main entrance. They don't even check him out. They don't even smoke him. So sure, it's great work by him, but they could have made that a lot more problematic.
The one key kill that allowed him the position to do that, you're right. They should have recognized this as well and also looked, but Mertz did catch the player at outside. So that was who they were relying on, but there was enough time to react and say, hey, I'll check it instead.
Yeah, you still have to say, right, someone please look at main entrance. I guess one person probably did. It's just AZ completely railed from the start. At that point, all pandemonium ensued. 4-1 though. It's the reset and the force buy for GODSENT here. They're going to have 1 AK and 4 pistols. Really doesn't bode well for round number 6. As North start to get quite a comfortable lead at this point. Win this one, they're 5-1 up, and then it's a full eco. So GODSENT putting a lot on the line here in the first half. Orp still there for Mertz. Remember, he really struggled yesterday. We'll see whether he can bounce back here. MSL makes his way towards the hut. Kiabi actively challenging outside. Got dropped by Brodan before, but that nade might catch him. Not quite. He's going to fall back safely.
So Broland to lead the charge outside once again. Kiabi main entrance. Where's the last smoke? I think it was just thrown. No, that was a flash. Okay. Sure. Big miss in the smoke then. I thought they were going to address that and throw a third one.
One got down. Kiabi looks away at the worst possible time.
Did he get down for free?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought AZ spotted him when he re-peeked out, but fair enough. So the 1 AK for Freddy, they'll try and take ramp to complement that player.
There's Mertz, the AWP, and Valda with the AK. Oh, they're in the meat grinder now. Bomb's been dropped. 5 versus 3. Bronan's already been tagged up. Valda adjusts his position. He doesn't really have to challenge this, especially with that player going down. That's AZ in towards lower. Ramp becomes a bit of an issue now. He needs some backup, Valda. And there he is. He gets dropped. 3 versus 3. Possible now. As MSL watches the vents for anyone coming up. Rodan, 35 seconds and a guaranteed kill by the looks of things. What's Mertz up to? Standing in the open when ramp has already been taken over and split from lower. I have no idea why they're not even anticipating that. Stood in the open, knives out. MSL's going to be dropped here as well. Oof, down to 21, but that's still going to be the round for GODSENT. This is 1 AK and pistols, and I'm not sure if communication fell apart for North here. We'll see if MSL can do anything about this as he comes from main. Not going to be able to spot the bomb though, and oof, not going to be taken down just yet, but it's going to be very difficult for them to try and win this.
Formerly a window existed there. Might have been able to throw the nade in deeper to catch the second player, but Freddy's not up close.
As soon as AZ goes down, right, surely they're thinking, right, they've got 2 players down towards lower. They've got presence at ramp. Surely they might be splitting towards us. And Mertz is in the open with the AWP, knife out. Not a care in the world, and Brodan punishes 2 players there. That was really disappointing from North, as they'll be struggling to buy here. GODSENT still not perfect. They're going to have a CZ for Twist. And Mac 10 for Hampus. There might be a drop on the floor as a tactical pause comes in. North really going to be disappointed with that particular round. Scout for Mertz. They're really struggling here. CZ on AZ. Deagle for Kiabi. Couple of M4s. But plenty of mistakes being made here in this best of 3. Communication seems a little bit off for North. Here we go. The next round is about to begin. Both teams struggling financially. There might be an AK on the floor for GODSENT. We'll see. I can't see one in that particular image. There's not, so quite equal in that respect. You've got slightly more firepower on the T side. But anyone's round, really. What I will say is this North, if they make it to the playoffs, I don't think they'll be making it much further than the quarterfinals.
Not in the current form.
Yeah, this looks very average, I would say. Not particularly, especially bad. It's just they're not going to be winning this tournament. I can tell you that much. Either way, 5 versus 4. Good shot with the scout from Mertz. Takes down the first. Brolan will be dropped.
This is one of those moments where someone clips that, keeps it in their back pocket,
Do it.
just in case.
Yeah, do it. I'm fine with that.
Mertz did hit a good shot on the scout. They still get by, and they'll make their way in towards Secret. Twist is slow but sure in checking the corners. Kiabi will play where we saw AZ play in round number 2. Remember, he managed 1 kill and went down in this position, and they ended up with only 2 men surviving the round. That certainly hindered the economy early on for North. If you want to look really deep into it, but still they were successful. Advantage in this round, and it's fairly even otherwise. Yeah, okay, Scout not an AWP, but you've got 2 M4s. They've got 3 AKs. You've got a man advantage. Call it what you will. Starts the action, though, as Hampus goes back in. We didn't quite catch MSL's kills. Only managed one, traded back out. Voldo, ooh, big miss. Tries to close the door, but that's been removed. Distilled by a nade, so has to continue running away. But you're right, bomb is down, 4 seconds, round done. And Disco realizes it. He's got to get away and save the gun because he doesn't want to lose all money.
Oh, there it is. It was a difficult buy for North, but GODSENT wasted way too much time with the early default there. Traded frags effectively, but then when they panicked to get the bomb down, Valder, sure, he missed some shots, but did the damage in the end, dropped that bomb. And at that point, Disco Doppler gets no cash. He can drop a UMP still. Will they buy up into this? 5-2 down. I would say definitely force, considering you know the money's so weak on the CT side. They've got an AK already. Yeah, there we go. Going for it. That's the right call. I'm not sure why they didn't do it straight away. But they wake up in the end. 2 AKs, 3 Deagles. It's early on, you can afford on the T side. If it does work out in your favor, if you can make this round work, it's huge. Double eco after a force potentially from North, we'll see. They have to win it first. 3 pistols, 2 AKs really hasn't been an ideal start for GODSENT, but T side of nuke is to be expected.
Hampus will climb up onto the roof. 3 smokes, 2 Molotovs. No indication that they want to use skylights. In fact, we've since found out they want to go ramp. Brolin will lead the charge with the AK. They'll try and respond with Disco in tow. On the other AK, they're going to lose both of those. Finally, the pistol's able to overwhelm. I would have thought they would have staggered those AKs so that the pistol could get the immediate trade and the other AK could find a kill elsewhere. They'll pick it back up. Both of them, in fact, but it's still the man advantage to North. 43 seconds. Freddy's trying to find a position, but Mertz, I think, just barely spotted him before he went around the corner and waited to get the clean shot. AZ does the same and finds Hampus.
Big round for North. That was the force buy of GODSENT. Couldn't get a plant down. They're going to be eco now, and this could be the beginning where North start to get a landslide lead on the CT side. They're going to be a little bit more established at this point up against the full eco. They'll be able to get money in the bank, the foundations laid, and maybe the AWP out from Mertz. I don't think he's got it right now. Looks as the M4 carried over from the previous round. Look at the scoreboard while we're here against the full eco. 9-4 for AZ. Showed promise on overpass. Continues it here. 8-4 for Mertz. Not having a nightmare game like he did yesterday. 8 kills for Valder. Everyone's contributing in a relatively equal manner.
Good play. Started off from Valder, but Twist the response. They do get to the ramp. They'll get one down, but that's it. Mertz steps up. Twist. They tripped over each other, gave him a chance, but Mertz still holds on. Couldn't get a kill for Twist, so it's 7-2.
Definitely is. There we go. And the AKs come out once again. We'll look at the scoreboard just quickly. Hampus, Matthew, after having such a brilliant performance on overpass, he's currently on 1-9. He was the key entry fragger and the talisman with the AK-47 on the T side of overpass. This round, nothing really to write home about. It was just Valder struggling a little bit against those Glocks. He got the 2 kills though. Mertz scrappy as well, but got everything required. And we'll see whether these AKs in the fast upper rush will yield the result that GODSENT are looking for. But AZ once again, 2 frags, but still, man advantage lies with GODSENT. They've got the upper bomb site and Mertz down to 4 HP. Surely this is GODSENT round at this point.
So bomb down, and it was additional smoke. There's a Molotov that they threw as well, so wasted a bit of utility, but an additional smoke toward the main entrance will be enough to discourage North rather, to retake on the site. Mertz on 4 HP and an AWP, and Kirby already back in spawn. Going toward T-spawn, that is, not CT. GODSENT pick up a 3rd round, but North keeps some money available to themselves. Is Disco going to be spotted first or vice versa? Roughly the same, but Kirby unable to hit the shots gives Disco a chance, and with 12 HP he'll survive. Only 1 gun, thankfully, for the sake of North. It is the AWP.
It is. Mertz 4 HP, couldn't really beat anything to do with that upper rush. It seems very viable. A lot of teams trying that 4 out the door approach to smoke. We nade the door at the start, smoke through. It's very simple. We have one player at the hut flashing through, just the observer highlighting Hampus's quiet game so far. But it's still in this, so this ain't over, trust me. And we'll see whether they want to continue that fast pace. Brodan's got a lovely spawn. We'll see if he takes it. He's been very good at opening rounds up. They shoot out the windows at the very start. Suggests to me that will be a set piece from the get-go. Flash is going in. Not going to follow them up, though. Brodan now waiting towards that squeaky door. Smokes in, and Mertz bested by the timing of the smoke there. Needs to be careful, obviously firing off a lot of bullets, and there's bullets flying his way as well. I feel like they really overcommitted with the speculative shots through the smoke there, and Brolan, another double kill for him, almost gifted to him at a time. I'd like to see it from his POV. MSL though picks up the AWP and recovers slightly with the 4 versus 3.
We'll see if they can continue on in winning ways on the GODSENT side. Get back-to-back rounds. So MSL on the op. Fair enough. Volda air conditioning, and he's pretty cool. He'll take down Freddy from range. Doesn't take a whole lot of damage, 43, but all things considered in the exchange, and M4 at range, he'll fall off and be able to support. KRB does get away from the Molotov, and with 81 HP. Good call from GODSENT to go back because they've already forced 2 players lower, but MSL might beat them back. He has to consider squeaky door, the smoke coming from beside the vents. They'll absolutely know that he's in this position. He does it so that he can turn toward main entrance, but it also gave away that he was there, and Twist was absolutely ready for it. Not only that, it opens up the path toward the bomb site, and the bomb thus planted by him.
3 on 2. MSL could get nothing done. Nice peek from Twist, and that should be the round. I think that's money broken for North at this point as well. Definitely, they're going to have to save these 2 M4s. So this is anyone's game at this point. GODSENT right back in it. It's a big pickup for them. Brolan finds the initial 2 kills with Mert and AZ really overcommitting to a spray through a smoke. Not really sure what they were hoping to achieve there. Fortunately, just takes them both down, and Twist has got a sneaking suspicion that both of these players might be in CT spawn. He'll push towards that area. Let's see if they can survive. You can see there's a lot more cover these days in towards CT. He's being very quiet about it. Ardo on the other side. I think he'll go down. There it is. Well done. So he takes one of the M4s away and survives. So well played to Twist there. GODSENT logo looks lovely in spawn. A little bit more abstract than the other ones. And we'll see what North decide to do. Remember, they did get pretty harshly reset there. 1 M4 comes in. They don't take a tactical timer. It's going to hit the full eco around KRB's M4. Looking to buy up in the next round.
So well done from GODSENT. 4th round on T side and a chance for a 5th. That's quite an accomplishment when, again, this is North's map pick. Had struggles against NIP yesterday, and it's the heavily disadvantaged side, if you will. So Brolan has started off. Disco Doppelman with the AK will continue to tap through an open door at Squeaky. Hazy's the only one that's really in contention toward ramp. The other 2 have pushed outside to the box. In fact, make that 3. Mertz is there as well. I thought he was on the rafters inside. He's out at the main entrance, making a lot of noise, though. Brolan is ready for this and makes no mistake to collect on the M4. That's basically all they wanted outside. They went as a unit just to get that gun back, and Brolan says, thank you very, very much. I'll take all those kills. 3 in total for him. And AZ's the last one to find before we go 7-5. 2 rounds between them, and again, North doesn't look convincing on their map, I dare say.
Yeah, this could all fall apart. They could even end up losing the half here. They're going to have another scrappy bye as we get into round number 13. The dying stages of the first half of the second map, North upper map, but this could be going to the 3rd. Let's check what that was. I think it was Inferno. It was Mirage 3rd, so there we go. That will be the decider, and it looks like that might be required at this point. GODSENT doing a very good job. Remember, they lost the pistol again. So this has been a very average CT performance from North. Expecting a lot more with their pick. Tactical timeout comes through. Mertz has got the AWP, but no armor. Gone for the smoke and flashbang. And he's starting to get a little more stable for GODSENT. As you can see, they've got another buy easily. Even if they lose, there's no bomb. So they're feeling quite comfortable at this point. If they can find 2 more rounds, that'd be excellent. Certainly the pressure applied towards North at this point. GODSENT have had a mixture of outside defaults, fast upper rushes, executions towards upper as well, and that variation is paying dividends here. It's Freddy trying to use a good spawn, but he'll be punished for it. Takes down Freddy, does Mertz, but an instant reply. KRB drops again. They really are struggling, spamming that smoke at the squeaky door. I'm not sure why they keep doing it. They keep getting punished for it. But there you go. Instantly replied.
So AZ on top of the hut. We'll be able to play that angle. with immediate effect, having no door to be open or closed. As soon as he sees anything, he'll be able to take advantage of it. Look at Hampus, though. This is quite good. The fact that he's so close and he's going to completely bypass Mertz. Silently, Mertz nearly, I dare say, hit that shot as he was out in the scope, was able to spot it, but couldn't land. Great play from MSL. Good read that, despite finding two inside of the hut, he killed one, and the next immediate threat was actually above him. A lot of players might not have identified that so quickly. It leaves us with Brolan on 2 HP and North to recover around.
He's got to get that bomb first. He's hoping for a CT mistake to come through to give him an opening. Make this a 1 versus 1. Valda doesn't dare go further than his position in the radio room. Brolan has got one smoke and a Molotov. How does he use them? Hasn't got much international experience, if any. See whether he can mastermind his way out of this one. Valda doesn't have to push through, but the moment he does, that's where Brolan's caught out of position. Back and forth, and Valda down he goes. Didn't have to do that at all, but he'll give himself up. Molotov deployed, and Brolan just desperately hoping the other player's there. AZ pretty much has the advantage here, but the smoke can make things problematic, but no, he'll hold on. Pretty simple procedure in the end. Good attempt there by Brolan. Brought it down to the 1 versus 1, kept it very expensive for the CTs. As we get into round number 14, we'll see whether this will be the one where North can solidify their chances on nuke. I dare say they give this one up as well. They're so low on money. There's FAMASs, Scouts, UMPs, AZ with the M4. I'm not sure Kiabi's got. He might have an SMG as well. So 1 AK, 1 M4, and still GODSENT. Looking to, if they just get one more round, it's been a very good half from them, I'd say.
Nade outside does minor damage onto Brolan, but he'll continue on. He's not discouraged. Goes before the smokes even bloom, so he's already inside of Secret, which means he might beat the reaction. There's a player in the hallway. It's AZ, and AZ gets the shot. AK-47, fully blinded is MSL, and Twist will push in to find him. It's Volda that's next on the ramp. He's playing it passive-aggressively and goes back up to repeak it. Twist goes down 4 versus 2. 9-5, looking likely the outcome, and that's going to be all the more confirmed, or that doesn't really make sense. Closer to being confirmed, all the more convincing by Kiabi getting a kill. Freddy go B.
Well, that's will win the round. It was looking like a difficult one for North, the fast approach towards Secret. We thought that might be quite exciting for Brolan to get down there, but ultimately 1 kill and well held by North, and they're going to be well set. Instead, it's fighting around, he's having some fun, dropping the extra pistols and spawn. I mean, they've got everything they need.
Charitable man. Someone beat him to that AK. Take it away from him. Give him the M4. Thanks for all the guns. I'm going to take this.
Well, no orb for the final round, but there is for Twist on the other side. Double digits available for North. 6 for GODSENT here. Fast again. Brolan doesn't want to waste any time, does he? Straight towards main entrance, and my goodness, he makes it work. SMG destroys Kiabi. He must be having a quiet game. Yeah, it is. 6 and 9 after 15 rounds for Kiabi. Really getting bullied in that main entrance by Brolan, who must be top fragging. Yeah, 16 kills, 11 deaths. Top fragging and then some for the T side. He's doing a great job.
I'm impressed. I mean, genuinely, it's not a performance that blows my mind by any means, but the fact that he's 15, doesn't get the chance to compete in, as we mentioned, a bunch of other leagues based on provisions and restrictions, doing very, very well. And to compose yourself at a LAN of this caliber definitely shows that he will continue to improve. The potential is there. It's great to see young players still coming into Counter-Strike as well. We had an influx of younger talent sort of from 2016 onward when the old guard started to get overtaken. Mertz finds Hampus when the meta was found, discovered, and the old 1.6 legends started to be usurped by young talent that were raised, born and bred on Counter-Strike Global Offensive as opposed to carrying over. But with this much competition on the market now, the BR industry taking a lot of the player base, it's great to see that there's still young talent coming through the system. Wow. Easy and MSL with kills. Freddy will get 1 back in return. That'll allow the bomb plant, but it's all desperate at this point. Last round of the half, and it's 2 HP versus 3 to try and get them a 6th round. I think it's going to go double digits for North. Absolutely will. MSL to get the kill.
It was looking dangerous for North, Matt. I have to say, I wasn't really feeling it on their CT side, but they proved me wrong. They had some difficult partial buys go in their favor, but still, the game is wide open. Double digits sounds great, but lose the pistol, it could all fall apart very quickly. Can North make it 4 on 4 and pistol rounds? Time will tell. All we know is we're going to take a break after this one. And we're back in the second half very shortly.
So 10-5 for North after the first half. This time we can say it is their map choice.
Yes.
And it's Nuke, and they started CT, so if they win the pistol T side, it gives them a chance, but there's still the opposite or equal chance that GODSENT can turn it around.
Yeah, like I said, 4 out of 4 for North if they win this pistol. If they do that, I would say that's going to be the GG for me. If North get this pistol in the 3-0, I don't see a way GODSENT get back into this one. They are a competent team with some great individual talent, but Nuke, you could see they've got some strategies, but wasn't quite enough. We'll see. If they win the pistol, though, I'll be interested. CZ for Disco Doppler. I'm seeing that more and more. Lots of top teams just have that CZ place on top of the hut. Means you can patrol towards. Oh, that's a cool little animation.
Yeah,
That happens rarely.
I forgot that one happens.
Yeah, very rare for that. So that's
Do you
exciting.
remember when that was like a theory that if your thumb moved a certain way at the start, you could get it, and people would constantly like try? And
I think it's completely random, but yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not. And Freddie B will be challenged outside. Unlucky not to get a single kill there, but it did do damage towards Mertz and Kiabi. I think he dinked him maybe through the corner of the box. That one wasn't. That was clean as he takes down Mertz, and there will be an equal exchange until Twist turns up, though. 4 versus 3, as Freddie looks to find a bit more here. The bomb's down right in the open.
Very well struck from Freddie. Continuing to probe the outside positions to see if he can find additional kills. He'll get spotted, but only tagged down to 69 HP, and Kiabi wants to try and collect as he's forced back outside of the garage, but Freddie's unwilling to give anything away. He'll use the small inches of room that he's got beside the red containers to hold off against MSL. Tries to fire additionally on each and every repeat. He'll get help from Twist because Kiabi was going hunting. He dropped down in an effort to try and run down the position of Freddie, and Twist makes short work of both the second player in that line, and then Disco to do it to MSL, and it's GODSENT that find the pistol. Now, this is exactly what we talk about, the chance that they can make this a close match.
That's exactly what GODSENT needed. Bit of a lackluster approach in the end from North, challenging the USBs outside with little to no utility, just the Glocks going at it, and they got punished. Good work by Freddie B to find those crisp shots with the USP. The damage initially, then got going. And we'll be into round number 2. There will be the force buy here from the north side. See if they can bounce back at the CZs. Most teams focusing towards that ramp or secret. See if they can get to either. Disco Doppler posted on top of the huts. And it looks like an upper push with one flashbang here. But Disco Doppler will obviously have that bird's eye view. He'll get one. Make it just the one, actually. Hampus low HP, but he's got backup from Twist. Now the round should be secure as he gets a double kill. Hampus trying to survive the best he can. And he'll be dropped, but they do deny the bomb being planted. So that's absolutely great by GODSENT. It's going to guarantee for the third round. And all bets are off. This map is now wide open. North are not exactly in perfect form right now. This is going to be a bit of a slog for them to make it 16. We'll see if they can do it.
Well, there's a chance that it can happen. I mean, it's the CT side of Nuke, and you've got Pistol. You've got a chance now to wrap up another round. They've got 2 FAMASs and 2 MB9s to go along with Twist's M4. Mertz outside first, taking a little bit of nade damage. Not much. 14, exactly. One Ray.
Indeed.
Hampus will take out Mertz. Twist finds MSL. The pressure gets applied to Brolan. He's a little bit antsy to continue firing as he wants to retreat, but Twist was quickly on the case. It's now exactly that, 10-8, with the 3-round spread off of the start of the half, and guns brought out. No AWP. There was money on Mertz to do so, but it would have been a glass cannon. Not really necessary on the T side of Nuke.
No, definitely not. You don't need it on Nuke at all, really. It's a situation of you feel like the Orb's having too much impact on the CT side, bring it out to try and take him down. So you don't need the Orb to operate efficiently on the T side of Nuke. GODSENT right back in this game, like we said. This round will be very telling as to whether they can do that. It's going to be a bit of a bonus situation considering they've got 1 SMG, 2 FAMASs, and 2 M4s. It will be the default from North. Nothing too spectacular coming out early on at least. Want to see whether they've got some nice fakes. I've casted North a few times on Nuke. They like to go for some vent dives every now and then. And it's all around MSL, who is the player that makes his way towards outside the majority of the time, tries and sell a fake, but he's going to be selling absolutely nothing here. As Freddie B just takes him down in the back. Didn't even check that position. And now they've got another opening pick as North will scramble to try and make something of this round.
Freddie rotates back. Carby's trying to get position as well on the corner. AZ, good entrance through the squeaky doorway, but Hampus is able to get him again. GODSENT that have the advantage, though, and that's the problem for North, because it could go to a 5-round spread just as easily. Volda steps wide, but not wide enough. Didn't spot that Brolan was actually being baited in, and Mertz follows footsteps without time to respond. It's now 3-on-1, and Kiabi has to recover with 41 seconds. Bomb down on ramp, and Brolan is already anticipating, and I think probably heard the squeaky doors below. The exact arrival of Kiabi's location.
Good shot from Brolan. Nice setup from GODSENT. 3 maps looking likely now. North starting to crumble somewhat as they go for a pretty lackluster approach outside. MSL taken down by himself. Like I said, they focus really on those outside smokes. They have variations of that strategy. They'll drop the smokes every single round. Sometimes they send 4 down towards secrets. Sometimes just MSL. Sometimes no one. This time it was MSL. He gets dropped, and there's no mid-round calls from him to be made at that point. He's completely removed. They'll go for a partial buy here. The CZs, some Glocks, P250s. Little bit of bare bones utility there. And they'll go fast towards outside. I don't think they're aware of the Orbs there, but they are aware that HE grenades are running towards them. A lot of teams focusing on this with CZ, it seems these days, trying to get 4 players down, considering there's a new setup with the lower vents. You can no longer access the bomb site directly. You have to make your way around, and AZ's actually in there, but so is Brolan, as he'll be licking his lips at the prospect of maybe 2 or 3 kills here. That's the first 2. When he make it a 3rd. That's going to be the round pretty much secured at this point. He does find his 3rd kill of the round, and that will tie things up at 10-10. It's just formality now as to whether AZ can get a couple of consolation frags. I don't think he will. The plant's definitely not going to happen. Down he goes.
So 10-10. 3rd map absolutely looking likely. And we'll see if North have any response. They're in a similar situation to yesterday when they played against NIP. 2nd day in a row they picked North.
Pick Nuke.
And found... Yes, they didn't... I mean, they picked Nuke as North.
Yeah, as representative of North,
of
they
North,
did.
Yes. It all made sense.
It's weird that they picked this map. They do look very flat in it. Like, it's not like they've got some crazy executions. Like, they seem to struggle immensely on their T side. CD side hardly looks terrifying either. But there we go, just sign of the times of the team in general, I think. Just hoping to make this map work. The scoreboard, AZ at the top of 17. The bottom's Kiabi. He's had a very poor showing on Nuke so far. Freddie B, similar story. And Brolan, what a brilliant showing that's been. 23 kills for the 15-year-old GODSENT player.
Mirage the map we have left, if required. Mertz ready with the AWP again for North outside. MSL also setting his position up to go that direction. He's behind the red crate with a smoke downhill, hold station for now. Additional 2 have been deployed. That's the wall he's waiting for to get towards Secret. The others, I imagine, will start to try and open up or exploit ramp. I say that there's a chance that MSL could actually get down if he gets down clean enough and work back up from the underneath and open up space at upper, but we'll have to wait and see what MSL's position yields. He's yet to commit. In fact, still just holding at the top of the stairs at Secret. AZ's got Disco. Now they'll go down. MSL will join. AZ's hoping to catch someone off who pre-rotated on this, and Brolan has. But again, the vents no longer go to now AZ's right, his left when he came down. They no longer go inside of the site. So Brolan's got a lot more room and freedom to hold in that position. Can use the silo in which the bomb used to be able to be planted on as a bit of protection as well to cover off on the ramp. But Twist is going to hold from above on Turnpike. Great shot on the AWP. Gabby will arrive, and that's exactly it. Brolan's able to dictate the peak based on his positioning behind said silo. Unfortunately, he goes down 1 for 1. Freddy B catches AZ, retreating back into the vents, and we find ourselves 2 on 2. Bomb planted and ticking, and kits available for both Twist and Freddy. It is the lower plant. You talked about this, Henry. Teams trying to get this position more and more since the change in that vent because it's so hard to get back in the site.
It's really difficult, but they have got a smoke for the defuse here. Mertz, another young gun, trying to defend the bomb. Anyone crossing towards it, they're going to struggle here. If the fake defuse comes in, I'm not sure Kiabi have what it takes to go for the full commitment to the spray. That's really disappointing by them. He gets nothing done at all. Full defuse comes in, and they just get completely destroyed by one smoke. You can see they're a little bit disjointed. No one's really actively challenging and stopping them getting close to the bomb. It's way too passive. And he'll save the AWP, and now GODSENT take the lead on the CT side of Nuke. It feels like it's almost a lock-in that this will be going to third map. North haven't posted a single round on their map pick on the T side. It's really underwhelming. It doesn't seem like anything's evolved since I casted them maybe a year ago on this map. Just MSL goes outside, and it'll be that slight variations. I was hoping to see something a little bit more impressive, if I'm honest. But we'll see. It's never too late. Round 22. Money must be incredibly strong for the CTs. Not as swollen as I thought it would be. There is $8,000 for Freddy B, with the rest of them hovering around 4K, with the exception of Twist, who's $1,500. Maximum loss bonus, of course, for North, but in terms of plants, they've had it down once so far. That was in the previous round, which was scrappier play toward lower, where they couldn't hold off the 2-on-2. Barely made it competitive when the full defuse came in.
Back outside, they'll go. Smokes are there. No one to greet MSL up close on the stairwell, but Hampus is getting in position. The length of that vent almost reminds me of Assault now.
Yeah.
Smoke's down. KRB able to wrap around. They go toward main entrance and catch out Freddy. Interesting smoke to hold off anyone toward heaven. KRB's going to continue on as well. Finds Disco. Hampus with the response, but a Molotov to hold off upper. Hampus wants to get out of the vents, and Mertz, AWP, didn't realize it. He was absolutely spotted. Hampus, I don't think, was, but there's still not much of a chance. I think if he had gone up, maybe caught the op off, they could have had a chance in it, but they're going to back away and save.
Yeah, I think when you see the AWP barrel like that, definitely fly up and give it a go. And their money's strong enough to even justify making this expensive, even if you wouldn't win the round, for the CT side. But there we go. It will be 11-11. North post their first round here. Fast outside splits. Going for that main entrance. Kiabi managed to open things up. And Mertz does find Twist in the end. Will be his first kill on this particular round. So Kiabi opened things up. He actually got 2 kills in total.
Memphis is relying on the fact that this would be a reset for North. It's been 6 rounds in a row for GODSENT, and North finally get one of their own, so he knows that every kill is beneficial. Gets another one. But it could have been problem maybe if he went down because it cuts into their bank that they've developed as well, but it works out in the end. And North to buy back in with 3 players surviving. 11-11. GODSENT win this round. I dare say they win the game.
Yes, I would say that's true. You can see even with the reinvestments there, North don't really have much left over. They do have the AWP, but they need to break down the money up the CTs first. If they can win this round, then there's a fighting chance for them. It might seem mad to say it's 11-11. Of course they have a chance, but it's just so CT-sided, and they've looked quite flat, posting 1 round so far on their T side as Kiabi goes quickly towards the secret area. Smokes are good. This will go for the vent drop, but he's going to be greeted by Hampus. That's bayonets him with the AK flying down the vent. he now has control of the situation. Nice work by AZ, good movement. And Brolan, though, he's been so fantastic so far. I think he gets his kill almost certainly. Can't get the double, though. And it will be North to maintain the man advantage, but not for long. Twist fighting back from the ramp. Good grenade as well. But should be able to get the plant down here. You don't have to worry about the vent these days. And it's AZ to land another stunner. With the AK, Twist waiting patiently, but he knows there's a potential of a flank. As to save at this point, we did say the money will be very low. 2 rounds in a row for North now. Not over yet, it seems, as they'll probably let Twist survive here and make his way towards the lobby. So it all comes down to AZ's play there. Gets on the vents. Halted area. Good for a second kill as well. As Mertz will hold on for as long as he possibly can. Let's make sure that no one's going near that bomb. Be a bit of a shame if anyone down to the bomb blast. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not exactly sure how far away you have to be. Let's find out. Okay, MSO did get touched there, so it does 1 point of damage if you're in that area. That's a good gauge for us to know how far away you have to be. And 12-11. Round 24, and money low for GODSENT. Will they force buy? That would be a nightmare if they did. They should not force around this.
It's basically defeat escaped by North. Very, very important round. So far, they are holding on the purchase, and they'll do that. So that'll be to the delight of you, Henry, I'm sure. AWP for Twist. Disco gets inside of the site, jumps immediately on top of the hut. He'll try and get that pistol to a closer distance. In fact, he's going to get behind the vent and hold for Squeaky. Easy. The one on the other side of it will wait and see what MSL gets up to outer. Molotov to clear the stairs because they're anticipating that if it is indeed pistols, they might try something unorthodox. Rotate 2 players into that position and take advantage of it. Smokes go down again late. MSL will cross. Timed to perfection. And he's not wrong in anticipating there will be players there. Wouldn't have expected the AWP on that corner. Great shot from Twist. Gives a gun away as well. They won't push to it yet because they're uncertain of it. And in fact, they're not going to at all. Too many footsteps above. They get scared away. Little did they know that those footsteps went into the big garage. They could have had the M4. Excuse me, the AK from MSL. But they'll rest somewhat satisfied to have the first pick. Brolan might catch AZ as well. He's going to check it. AZ, good read. Spots the feet. The little booties, Henry. As you would say.
The tiny little cute booties as AZ removes a few more. 3 versus 2 though, this is getting very uncomfortable. Remember, this is the pretty much eco from the CT side. They desperately plant in the smoke here. They have got a kit, and Twist is finding kills left and right. AZ now, that's been very good so far this half. 2 kills to his name here. Grenade's going to be even more devastating to Disco Doppler, but he still finds the kill. AZ needs both these frags. He can't control the spray. It's a little bit wild, but how wild can it be? Doesn't get the full commitment there on the 5th player. He gets 3 kills. That's pretty much enough, I would say. His teammates not really stepping up in that particular round. That was North's chance to take the lead again, but instead they give it up, and it ties things up at 12-12. Money very strong now for GODSENT. That was a pretty much eco victory with Twist's AWP. And here's the best sniper chart. Sniper's not really having that much impact, as you can see. Sure, they've got plenty of kills, but the AWP kills are 5 and 5. So it just goes to show you that Nuke, obviously on the CT side, you've got to deal with the smokes outside. T side, it's unlikely you even get given an option to even find the pick. If you don't get it early round, it can be very difficult to get much going at all with the AWP. Round 25 here, 12-12, and North still with a decent buy here. Disappointing they gave that one up. This is the last of their cash. Well, they gave the same similar sort of play. MSL alone towards outside. He has got Mertz with him this time, but no AWP for him.
Freddy will work back up in the stairs at Secret. MSL's Molotov. Ready once again. It won't do anything other than push him back. I mean, I suppose that is the intended goal, but it won't do any damage.
Just to clear that area out, make sure it's safe, I guess. As still a 5 and 5, coming up to the 1 minute mark here. Presumably going to open the door and try and peek towards the huts. AZ will be smoking towards the main entrance. Will they go for the vent dive? If MSL down towards Secret, that could be a possibility. AZ will lead the way. It's a good Doppler on top of the hut, looking for multiple frags. But AZ has been so good in this upper bomb zone so far. As he gets another, that's actually Valda.
Nearly took Mertz's head off.
Yeah, right. It could have been good. But either way, it's going to be Freddy B now. And Brolan, who's been so sick so far. How does he keep finding these kills? AZ, that's a nightmare. You've got the bomb as well. Oh, Brolan's going to get this. Maybe not. 2 versus 1, but he certainly has set up Freddy. And they have no idea where he is. 30 seconds. That makes things very uncomfortable. What a player Brodan is.
Yeah, that's the same position he played last time. The difference being that AZ didn't come down from the ladder and spot him, so he got away with it. Great read in the fact that they had to chase him down. So Volda getting Brolan basically saves the round, because if he backed off and bought some time, he would have allowed his teammate to get closer, and they didn't have the ball, and they would have had to recover it. But North saves it just barely. Brolan nearly gets away with highway robbery. 13-12, still a one-round game, and the money's tight.
Yeah, definitely. That's a reset for the CTs. They did have plenty of cash from winning the eco. So they do take an eco, it'll just be one, it won't be double. As you can see, Twist can even purchase some deagles from his teammates if he wants to. They will take the tactical pause here. Nasu will be tested at this point, the coach of GODSENT. See whether this will be beneficial. What are your thoughts on the GODSENT organization as a whole? Do you think it's been a successful project in any particular manner since its inception?
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many iterations, it's hard to tell.
Well, that's my point,
what
really.
am I judging, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the first one looked
It hasn't
okay.
really got a legacy, has it?
Yeah, no, and the first one was, okay, this is fine. It's Pronax's new team. Looks like it might be all right. Then there was the incredible roster swap with Fnatic that made them look like they were going to be an incredible team and dominate at the very top. And then that never came to fruition, and then went back. So, yeah, it's... I want to say yes, because there is a concurrency in contracts and who they brought in, and it's been roster swaps rather than roster changes. But it's almost like this is a whole different concept than where we started. It's as if, you know, Dignitas had a team and then they signed another one. That's almost where we are with
this. Feels like an Epsilon sort of lineup, you know?
Yes, yep.
It's not like it's not star-studded anymore like it used to be. It's like got some young guns in there with a couple of veterans thrown in. Some bigger names. It feels like one of those sort of lineups. Like it'll be dismantled eventually when a big team just come and takes one of their younger stars, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, so that's a great comparison then for that exact reason to Epsilon, because that is essentially what happened with them, to be honest.
Well, to be fair for Epsilon, great business, really.
Absolutely, you can make money on doing that from a business perspective.
So like they've got no interest in being a massive CSGO household org, but if they can make 100k every time a player's departing off to a team like NIP or Fnatic, then why not? Fair play to them. As we'll see. Round number 27 come in. That was against the Eco. North now edging towards that 2-map victory. 14-12. It was looking really scary at one point. They were 6-0 down, but now it's 7-4. There is a few compromises for GODSENT here. Can't afford to lose one more round, though. That'll be series point. And AZ just keeps bullying this squeaky door push. Looks in towards the hut, but it feels like this will be an GODSENT round. Disco Dobbin, yes, gets it done. You can see they're ready for it this time. AZ will get another. Oh my god, that shot was brilliant towards the ladder. Brolan, a key scout to take map. Grenade's good towards AZ, but not quite good enough. 2 versus 2, as the CTs will try and position themselves. This is where the Orb's a nightmare, because now you've got to retake that site, knowing that they could be anywhere they go towards lower. This could all fall apart. It's a decent plant, Mertz. Needs to be careful here. They run through the smoke. It could all fall apart. Oh my goodness, Twist did get close.
Very close.
And it now will be the 2-on-2 with no kits. They have got utility though. One player towards main entrance, the other up in heaven.
Staring it down. He saw the nade get thrown. He thought it was going to be a flash, looked away. He might have had the shot. Still does. Freddy walks out. They had to force the issue. Twist to try and do anything he can to keep North away from map point. Unfortunately, they know exactly where he is, and Mertz is looking sharp. You did mention yesterday he was poor on this map. Today looked more promising, and it has been as of, I would say, the more recent rounds.
Yeah, that was really good by Mertz. Well played to him. As you'll see him drop that Molotov. Great awareness as well. A lot of players will drop a Molotov and to see that, okay, that's covered. He knows there's likely a player up there. He can't afford to wait the 6-7 seconds that Molotov's going to take to dissipate. So he waits, gets the kill, flushes that first player out of heaven, then holds a really nice tight angle and finds series point, and presumably the map as well, because they've got UMPs, CZs, and an MP7. And then we have it. That could be it.
Well, that could be it, and it would be North through to the quarterfinals tomorrow when we move to the Arts Center. Will serve as our venue for this event when we bring the audience in. And GODSENT, they did talk, and Hampus, especially with Paula, talked about how they gave up a number of games in this event, how they went 2-1 but lost all 6 pistols in their first loss, how against Tyloo they struggled in one map that they should have closed. There's a lot of what-ifs, but they're a young team, and they can definitely build on this event. It's good that they've had 5 full matches as opposed, and best of 3s at that, So if you're playing best of 3, if this was Swiss system best of 1s, you might have 3 games. You could have 5 games tops. And this, you got a lot more games under it, better sample size. They'll take from this. This is a good experience for them, even having come this close in the decider match. But it looks as though North will secure the final playoff spot with 1 round to go. Freddie realizes that they've gone by him in the smoke for once. He's going to try and flank it. They never did try that. They never tried to slip behind MSL, and this time he had company, and AZ protects.
I'm going to look at AZ's frags this half. He's been a monster. Look at this graph. He's actually got... that's a damage there. Kills. He's found himself 14 kills in the second half. There was 6-0 down. I dare say he's got them all in the rounds they've been winning. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a 2-0. Your final team making it to the playoffs is going to be North, as the last couple of frags come in. Brolan, he has been excellent so far. Shout out to him. Definitely a prospect of the future. He'll give it everything he can.
For 15. He's been a bro on land, Henry.
He has been a bro on land. I'll definitely give him that. Great job, though, by North towards the end. And they weathered the storm. It looked really difficult. We were even saying, okay, this looks like a third map is actually going to be happening. AZ was an absolute monster there on the T side, causing so much damage. His terrorist performance with the AK, using that squeaky door, I think they discovered a weakness there on the GODSENT side, but it looked quite simple towards the end.
And I'd be curious to find the desk's thoughts on this, because twice in a row, 2 days in a row, like you said, we were looking to the third map, twice in a row they found themselves in an awkward position on the T side, second half of Nuke, their map choice. If they lost again today, presuming, let's say, they still even won Mirage and went to the playoffs, what does that do to the confidence of their map pool? And is it already enough to say, let's avoid that? Because as soon as you do that, you already have your default bans. People already know those. They know you're not going to go to Nuke. You're essentially handicapped going into the veto system for the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. North, like I said, going into, after the first
I guess
map,
it's good they won this play.
I feel like they're not really ready to win this championship yet, but they have made it to playoffs. At least that's something. They are coming off the back of a victory over in Tours, but this one feels like a little more stacked.
You and I never saw Dust 2 in this group stage, by the way. Just to note, we saw everything else. And Nuke coming back into it, you mentioned that. I think that has to do with Dust bringing back in. I guess that's more my point. So
yeah,
we're still going to take some
more
time.
now.
Yeah. And I think it'd be interesting, and we'll get to Paula in just a sec, but I think it'd be interesting to take the maps that the series that we've seen Nuke in the first 2 maps, and look at the teams that are picking it and see if there was possible that they would replace Cobblestone. Like someone like Thorn could go through and
North definitely would have picked Cobblestone, right? So
and I think that's probably the case for most.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is interesting. That said, Paula is standing by on the floor for the interview with the winners.
This far.
Is it a relief considering, of course, before today you were 2 for 2? So if you'd lost this match, you would have been out of there, Philip.
Of course, it's do or die today, so there's always more pressure when you're 2 for 2. But we knew that we had the overhand over GODSENT, that we prepared well, and we thought that we were going to do pretty good, so we went our way.
You fan of Drake, AZ?
Final what?
Are you a fan of Drake?
The Drake? Yeah.
God's plan didn't work out today, did it?
Wasn't GODSENT.
Yeah, so I remember speaking to MSL yesterday, and he was very confident. He said that I think we have better players. I think we have a better structure as a team. We're in better form at the moment. When it came down to it on the server, what were you feeling, AZ, with regards to how you stacked up against them?
Yeah, I feel like we're a better team overall. Obviously, they're not bad players at all. But I think we are more structured and we just more played together. So in the end, I think we are the better team.
And AZ, you're a player that has very high skill ceiling. As of recent, there's been a period where maybe you haven't been hitting the form that you'd like. And what's that been like for you? And how have you stayed focused and concentrated to get back into the swing of things? For instance, tours last week and now getting into the top 8 here.
Yeah, I didn't have my best period of time individually. I'm just trying to hold my head high. I obviously don't play spots that will give me so many kills all the time. Some spots I do is fine, but I'm just trying to like have my confidence up, and that's it.
That's great. Well, I know you personally as a friend, but it sounds like in the professional sense, you're definitely handling that well and you're keeping focused and practicing, etc. AZ, final words now that you've made it to the top 8, and tomorrow you'll be playing in that arena, the Palace here in Kiev.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who cheered for us and is still with us, even though we had a rough time. I think we are back on track now, so thank you.
AZ, you're getting better and better at these interviews. Great to chat to you once again. Go and join your team. Have a good evening. And now let's head back for... No, probably not the final time today, actually, because I think we're going to have to do a draw at some point. But right now we'll head back to Trace and the guys on the desk. Over to you.